So the second classic stock catch race from Mallory Park about to get underway. It's Lee Scott on pole again, this time at half a second on the second best laps. He was quicker than Andy Philpotts on the second row, Imran Khan and Martin Kaiser, but Imran Khan not lining up there on the row 2. More about that in a moment. Third row, that's Dan Gibson and Matt Rosier. Row 4 is Martin Foudry and Mervyn Beckett. Fifth row, Ryan Lowry and Andrew Lightstead. On the 11th row, Alan Dooley and Charles Briggs. On the 7th row will be the cars in the hands of should be the cars of Derek Roger and Ben Ward. Derek Roger, another car who we don't think he's going to be starting this one. Row 8, Ollie Forday and Richard Fennick. Row 9 is Michael Williamson. To what should be 17 will be 15, we believe. Imran Khan, that contact in race 1. Causing him not to start this one. Away we go though, and Philpotts perhaps slightly better, but Lee Scott there again. And look at Matt Rosier. He's a great starter this weekend. He's already third as they head into Gerrards. He started 6th. They make their way through the corner then. There's Ryan Lowry in the 22, the white car, but it's Lee Scott that does lead. Hopefully he won't make the same mistake as he made in race 1. We can ride him more with Mervyn Beckett then. He's just behind Ryan Lowry as we head down. It's a great start from Beckett as well. He's on row 4. He's 5th. No, it's Kaiser in front, isn't it? Not Lowry. They head through the S's then. Down towards the hairpin. And it's Lee Scott that leads. Second Philpotts, third Rosier. And diving up on the inside of Beckett comes Dan Gibson. And trying to come through as well as Foudry. Remember, this is Beckett's only ever second circuit race. So maybe not quite the racecraft the cars around him, including Martin Foudry. Comes up on the inside of both Gibbs. It's going to be 4 wide across the line. Good Ryan Lowry round the outside. It's inside for Foudry. He goes to the front then. Second Gibson in that group of cars. Third is Lowry as they turn their way through Gerrards then. And Lightstead's gone round and off has gone Alan Dooley in avoidance. He's heading towards the snowbank and the tyre wall. He's not going to be able to get it out of there because it's gone into the snow here at Mallory Park. Yes, it is this cold on Easter Monday in 2013. So Lee Scott leads second, and that's Andy Philpotts, and locking up Foudry and Gibson on the inside there. To the back of the queue of cars got Merv Beckett and Lowry trying to get alongside Dan Gibson, and a big gap back to the next car. Now, because of all that drama down at Gerrards, it's Charles Briggs who's next up. So down to Gerrards we come again, side by side almost between Gibson and Lowry. Now that there in 9th position is Briggs, just ahead of Ben Ward. Now let's have a look at what happened last time then. On board with Lightstead, car just snaps away and he just keeps it out the barriers. So nearly hit the barrier on the inside there. There's Alan Dooley heading towards the snow. So back to the action. It's Lee Scott 42 that leads. He's gapping already. Philpotts, Rosier and Kaiser all battling for second, third and fourth. We're locking up again side by side. Foudry and Gibson. This is the battle of the race. Lowry's going to make it 3 wide almost on the exit. Foudry just about has it, but side by side between Gibson and Lowry. They come onto the elbow and they're still side by side. Gibson I think is just about going to have this one, but keeping up on the inside. Ryan Lowry, he's going to take the position, I think, as they head into Gerrards. Yes, he does. The 6th position for Lowry. Then Gibson fights back again. Can't quite do it. So Ryan Lowry in front. Dan Gibson hopping the car up on 3 wheels. Comes up alongside almost the car of Lowry. Can't do it though. Onto the Stebby straight they go. On board with Mervyn Beckett we can go. Now Lowry goes to the inside. Very deep. He's going to go into the corner. He tried to attack Martin Foudry there, couldn't do anything about it though. A tight line from Beckett. That means he straightens up the car brilliantly for the second part of the S's. That means really onto the tail of Dan Gibson he is. Onto the brakes then. And Beckett going around the outside of Gibson. Can't do anything about him there though. So Foudry still in 5th. 6th for Lowry. 7th Gibson. 8th for Beckett. Onto the elbow then. Devil's elbow. To complete yet another lap of this race. 13 minutes plus 1 lap for the classic stock catch. Now they're pairing off. Foudry and Lowry making a gap now to Gibson and Beckett as they head into the right-hander at Gerrards, and Gibson carries the speed through the corner, latches himself back onto the back of Ryan Lowry. Great speed through Gerrards for Dan Gibson as they now head onto the Stebby straight once again. They head back down towards the S's. And it's a speed off the corner for Mervyn Beckett in the championship winner Vauxhall Nova. Okay, look, Dan Gibson car bouncing all over the road, and Lowry, I think they've gone to the front of that queue of cars. We'll have to see as the leaders head down into Shaw's hairpin, and second still for Philpott, third Rosier, fourth Kaiser. The three of them all together. Lowry has gone to the front now. Gibson dives up on the inside of Martin Foundry. Can he make this one work? Well, they're side by side as they head off the hairpin down towards Devil's Elbow. We can't quite see what's happening. It's Foundry still in front of Gibson. Battle still for the third. Matt Rosier and Martin Kaiser. Rosier having a better race in the first one after his spin on lap 1. That was a great comeback drive it was in that first race of the weekend from him. So Lee back down towards the hairpin. That's Lee Scott dominating this weekend, really, isn't he? Kaiser putting the attack on, tighter line through the hairpin. He levels with Matt Rosier off the corner. As Merv Beckett looks on the inside of Gibson, can't do anything about that. Back to the leaders then, on to lap 7. What's the lead for Lee Scott? Well, it's 2.5 seconds to Philpott, and then Rosier just out a second back on that. And Kaiser with him, and about 5.5 seconds back to Lowry. Then it's Foundry there in 6th, 7th for Gibson, and 8th for Beckett. Lowry's just about gapped this battle now, a second ahead of Foundry. Then Foundry, Gibson and Beckett all separated by virtually nothing. Half a second as they come across the line last time. Now here goes Beckett around the outside of Gibson. Gibson tries to go around the outside of Foundry. That in turn covers the line off the Beckett, and then Beckett perhaps squeeze on the inside. No, not really. The Fiesta's perhaps a bit more speed through the S's slightly, and Gibson really putting the pressure onto Foundry. Foundry goes ultra defensive as they head into the hairpin, but Dan Gibson much later on the brakes. He locks up and he goes right around the outside of Martin Foundry, and he runs out of road. So he's just had to back out of that there. Thought he had it for a moment, but no, and now that means Beckett can attack around the outside of the elbow, but Dan Gibson just about has that, stays in front then as they cross the line to complete yet another lap of this race. Lap 7 they complete then, and now Lowry is 2.5 on Foundry. If you turn into Gerrard's, Gibson can't just about settle, but he carries so much speed through Gerrard's as Dan Gibson. Really quick through there. So heading out onto the Stebby straight down towards the S's. Now Gibson tries to come round the outside of Foundry, late on the brakes again. The two of them go side by side. Now who's going to win this battle off the corner? It's Foundry still staying in front. Down towards the hairpin we go again. Round the outside goes Gibson. Same as last time. Foundry squares the corner off so he can't come past, and Martin Kaiser looking on the inside of Matt Rosier as we're on to lap 9 now, but Rosier stayed in front, and the big gap back to Lowry. Then Foundry behind him. That gap come down a bit that time, 1.2 seconds. Foundry under huge pressure on Dan Gibson, pushing them each other along really. And now this is a great battle. We haven't seen this, have we? Up across the line it's Michael Williamson around the outside. Inside for Ollie Forday, a novice driver. He's going really well. And behind them is Ben Ward, another of the novice drivers. And Forday didn't go anywhere near as well as this in the first race. A great effort from him. This being the battle for 9th, 10th and 11th, I believe. Right, Gibson dives up on the inside so late on the brakes, and he's got the inside line of Foundry. I think he may well have that then, as they come down towards the elbow. Battle still on for third between Rosier and Kaiser, but we're going to watch this battle for 6th, and Dan Gibson's done it. What a move from Dan Gibson, so late on the brakes, got up on the inside of Martin Foundry, because Foundry had been defending that line but each lap before now. So Gibson up to 6th, 7th for Foundry, 8th for Beckett. A superb move then from Gibson, and now look again onto the back of Ryan Lowry. So the four of them all together again on lap 10 of the classic Stockhouse race here at Mallory Park. Now these three, Ben Ward looks on the inside of Michael Williamson, can't quite do it. Got to watch out because Andrew Lightstead closed them in, but Lightstead had that spin on lap 2 into the through Gerrard's even. If we go with Beckett. And now Gibson's gone ahead of Ryan Lowry. So Gibson in 5th, 6th Lowry, 7th Foundry, 8th Beckett. They're all so close, aren't they? Onto the Stebby straight. Oh, a bit of contact maybe. hard to tell really. And now side by side in front, Gibson with Lowry coming around the outside. They turn, Lowry went that wide here, he spins the car. Ryan Lowry spins there of the S's. Lee Scott takes the flag then. Lee Scott wins side by side for third. Matt Rosier versus Martin Kaiser, and Rosier gets it by about half a car length or so, a tenth of a second. Now the battle for fifth. Well, that's going to go to Foundry. Flashes his, or turned his lights on. Yeah, he did flash his lights. It was a long flash though, wasn't it? Fifth for Foundry, sixth to Gibson, and seventh to Beckett. Eighth is going to go to Charles Briggs, who made the most of Ryan Lowry's spin. But Lee Scott won by 6 seconds to Andy Philpotts. Third, Rosier just beating Kaiser. Fifth, Foundry, 19 seconds down the winner. Sixth, Gibson, and seventh, Beckett. Eighth to Charles Briggs, and ninth to the recovering Ryan Lowry. 10th, Ben Ward, he stayed ahead of Andrew Lightstead. 11th to Michael Williamson. 12th, Ollie Forday, and 14th the final finisher, that was Richard Pennick.